Hey everyone, Luck here. So I've been going to this site called foodpairing.com and they use science to match up different ingredients. And uh, this time I did lemongrass as the star of the show and just kind of paired it with a bunch of different things. This is not a paid sponsor. I just enjoy using the site. So here I have some parsley, which is like a weed, grows like crazy. And then some rosemary. I also have my lemongrass growing with a little bit of chives next to it. So, starting with roasting the different dry spices. So I'm putting in some cinnamon, some coriander, and I was gonna put in some cardamom, but all I have is black cardamom, and I didn't think the flavor would go well with what I'm doing, so I omitted some cumin seeds. Alright, so finally I'm going to put in a little bit of thyme. This is dried thyme. It's actually kind of a lot. So I'm putting quite a bit of oil in there just because there's going to be so much that I'm putting in here and it's going to soak up quite a bit. So I'm putting in pretty much 1.5, a little bit more than 1.5 lemongrass stalks, and I'm going to save a little bit for the eggs. So I'm going to strain this, so I'm just putting chunks of ginger because they're not going to be eaten. I also have one giant stalk of rosemary, and I'm going to put that in. And I think even though I chose lemongrass to be the star of the show, the rosemary is probably going to take over. So we got all the herbs and spices in there, and I added a couple of dry bay leaves and chicken broth and a little bit of the chicken from the chicken breasts that I have trimmed. And I'm about to slice them and get them ready to fry up with the bacon. Alright, so while the sauce is coming up to a simmer, I sliced the chicken and I'm about to wrap it with some bacon and then pan fry it and leave that in the toaster oven to rest on warm. Alright, got the first batch of chicken and bacon cooking, and I'm just going to fill up the pan and kind of take it out once it's done. Alright, so I got my sauce mixture, and then I got my bacon slash chicken grease. I chopped up the parsley and chives to go in at the very end of the sauce, and I'm about to just cook up the lemongrass with a little bit of the bacon grease. Alright, so I got the broth, and now I'm just adding the juice of one lemon. Alright, so now that I've added the egg yolks, I'm going to season with some freshly ground black pepper and just a touch of salt. Always check for seasoning. Very different, right?
Very interesting. You have the sour, but it's thick, like, and the bacon, the meat.
So a couple of things I didn't mention was the lemon zest and cayenne pepper. And also I had to add a little bit of cornstarch to the sauce. And I would not have used the whole lemon. Next time if I try something like this, I'll use a lot less lemon. But it was pretty good.